Our Computex 2018 coverage is provided by Epic Gear, Gale, Kudo Technologies, and powered by the Acer Nitro 5. Visit the links down below to find out more.
What's up guys, Tarvin here from KLGadgetTV, and today we are at the Viper showroom where they are showing off some new gaming peripherals that will be coming to the Malaysian market very soon. The first one that I have here is the Viper V370 7.1 surround sound headphones. Now on first feel, I can tell you that this headphone has a lot of paddings, and the paddings are pretty thick, so it's going to be really comfortable. For those of you that don't like wearing headphones, I think this is a very good headphones for you to get into. Now this headphone is an over-the-ear headphone, so it's going to be more comfortable, and of course the padding on the over-the-ear cups is also very nice. So just like all headphones, it is adjustable, and the adjustable level is actually pretty big, so it's going to be easy to fit most of your head sizes. Now let's get over to the audio quality. Now after trying it for a while, I realized that this headphone has very nice highs and bass, so it has very solid bass, and something that I really like, as most of you know. Now the mids are a step below the highs and the bass, so the mid is basically going to fill in the sound, and that's it's probably very nice for those of you that not only game but also want to watch some movies, or you want to listen to some music. Now of course it is a gaming headphone, so it comes with a mic which you can easily just hide by just pushing it up. And other than that, they also have a bass button on the side of the headphones. Now for those of you that want the extra pump to your bass, now this is the button you're going to be fiddling around a lot. And just below that is the volume button, so again, you don't have to go into Windows to adjust the volume settings. You can do it all from this headphone. Alright guys, so the next product that we have here is the Viper V570, which is their flagship gaming mouse. And as you can see here, it is a very fancy looking mouse. There is a lot of RGB, and the RGB is customizable. There's a section where you can customize different sections of the mouse with different color lightings. So other than that, there is also the adjustable weights, which you can adjust up to 3.42 grams, and it's a pretty easy to access. It's right on the top of the mouse, so you just need to pull up the flap of the mouse and then just keep plugging it out. So I think this is much more convenient compared to the other weight mouses, because you have to actually lift the mouse out, turn it upside down and take it out. So this is much nicer, as it's all at the top there and you can do it very fast. So being a flagship mouse, it is using a laser sensor, and Viper has told us that because they listen to the audience a lot, they listen to their gamers a lot, and so the gamers wanted a laser sensor mouse because they feel it's much more precise compared to optical mouses, and so the flagship mouse comes with the laser sensor. Now one more thing I want to highlight about this mouse is that this mouse is actually built for the different type of gamers. It's not only built for the FPS gamers or maybe the RTS gamers, and the reason why they said that is actually because the mouse has an ergonomic feel to it. So that is what FPS players look for. But for RTS players, they want the extra buttons for them to do macros, especially if you're a StarCraft player. You know that macros are very important. So the macro buttons is actually positioned just above your thumb, and it is out of the way, so it's very good for FPS players that don't want the macro buttons, right? So they can, you know, it's out of the way for them. So it's much nicer, and I like the idea of making a hybrid FPS and RTS mouse. So this mouse comes with up to 12,000 DPI for those of you that want that exact precise kind of gaming, and together with that they have also included Omron switches, which is going to give you a very nice tactile like click. And I know if you are like me, a gamer like me, then you know the Omron switches are something that a lot of people sought after. Now unlike most traditional mouses, they come with rubber paddings at the bottom of the mouse. Now for most of you that know, after a few months you can feel that the rubber padding has become more harder, or you know, there's a lot of grime that gets stuck under there, and you know, replacing it is, you can't replace it because it's like it sticks onto the mouse. However, what Viper has done is that they have actually put a ceramic material on the bottom of the mouse that acts as that rubber padding. So these ceramic materials are actually pretty easy to remove also, as they give you the option right here. There is a groove here for you to just plug out the ceramic paddings at the bottom. So if you want to change it out, well, you have that option for you. Alright guys, so the last product that basically completes the Viper gaming experience is the Viper V770 RGB mechanical keyboard. Now, on my first impressions of this keyboard is that it is very light, and I assume that is thanks to the aluminium grade material that they are using for the body of the keyboard. So this keyboard is going to be very easy for you to transport around, especially if you're heading over to LAN parties or streaming parties. This will definitely be an easy companion for you to carry around. This keyboard is using KL red switches. Now, for those of you who have not experienced a KL switch before, it has a very similar feel to a Cherry MX brown key. So it's not very loud, but the actuation is also not very hard. So it's going to be very nice for you to be quick on the keyboard, especially if you're going to be playing an RTS game. This is definitely going to be a very nice switch for you to use. Like a lot of flagship keyboards that have RGB effects, now the Viper V770 also has those effects. So you're going to get your breathing effect, your color changing effect, and of course that all special wave effect that a lot of people go crazy about. Now, this is something I really like about the Viper RGB keyboard. It has dedicated media buttons. Now, this is something we have not seen in a very long time. Most of the time is we have to be pressing the the function key and then the F1, F2 key, and if doing that in gaming, that's going to pull you out, or you're going to lose focus because of that. So having dedicated media keys is definitely something that I am really excited to try out when we get this keyboard. Okay guys, so the last thing is something that I think is really cool. Now, as you can see, the wrist pad has an RGB lighting on it. Now, this wrist pad can actually be detached, and once you detach it, the RGB lighting gets off. Now, the reason behind this is actually there is a pin on the wrist pad. Now, this wrist pad pin basically connects to the keyboard, and that's why you get this very nice RGB lighting on the wrist pad. And also, moving this around is probably going to be much easier since the wrist pad is using magnets to connect to each other. So it's not going to be any of those clip problems, and you're not going to get any breakage, especially for those of you that like to remove your wrist pad a lot. So the Viper V770 also comes with a software, and that software allows you to individually modify the lighting of the key, and it also allows you to change the lighting on the wrist pad. Other than that, of course, you have that standard options to add some micros and modify some keystrokes if you need to. So guys, just an additional information for you, Viper also has RGB RAM, which supports clock speeds from 2666 MHz all the way up to 4133 MHz. Now, the cool thing about this RAM is that it syncs up with all the major motherboard lighting APIs. So you don't have to worry that you are getting a third-party RAM that's not from these manufacturers. The lighting effects will work with the RAM. Now, if you do not own a motherboard that has all these fancy lighting effects, Viper has a software that allows you to customize the RGB on the RAM. Alright guys, so I'm here with Sarah, who is the Global Marketing Manager of the Patriot and Viper brand. So Sarah, I have just a few questions for you. Now, tell us, what is the identity of Viper?
Okay, so probably I should start with Patriot. So Patriot is 30 years American brand, and we're really good at all the memory product. But we sense that the gaming market is growing, so now we're expanding to gaming market. And Viper brand is a side brand of Patriot. We're aiming for gaming market, and it's aggressive, yet at the same time we're also humble, listen to the gamers, and we modify our products, and it's aiming for gamer.
Okay, so what sets the Viper brand different from the other gaming brands that are already out there?
Okay, so Viper products always stands for high quality. We focus on performance, and we know what gamer needs. We listen to the market, modify our product, so that's why you can see our product is really efficient, useful, listen to the market idea, and then at the same time it's cost efficient. We don't want to rip off gamers. Gaming is all about fun, so we want to be fun, and then the pricing shouldn't be the reason that you're staying away from gaming, right? So Viper brand is also stands for high performance and cost performance too.
And okay, so the last question, and I think the most important question of all, when can we see the Viper brand in Malaysia?
Yeah, so we sense that Malaysia is a really young and it's a really aggressive gaming market. So after the show, after Computex, just keep an eye because it'll be available after Computex, and you'll see Viper brand in Malaysia market.
So there you have it, guys. If you are looking forward for the Viper brand, then you can expect it really soon. So don't forget to stay tuned to KL Gadget Guy and KL Gadget TV because we will definitely inform you when Viper lands in Malaysia. Sarah, thank you very much.
Thank you for your time. Thank you. Bye, guys.